Hey, this is Michael Lindsay from Vital MX. I'm here with Red Bull KTM's Cooper Webb. Let's start with the easy one. Let's flash back to this exact time last year. New bike, where we're at now. Do you see positive changes? I know you were vocal last year. Where do you feel like you're at?
Yeah, we have, man. It is crazy to think that we were here a year ago. It's flown by, but I feel like we're in a much better spot this time around. I think we've definitely been addressing some of the issues we were having in the past, and we're getting there. You know, we're making big steps, so I'm happy with that. Team's been great, and then overall just been grinding down in Florida at Alden's, and like I said, just another month away, and we're getting close.
So last year, this bike was all new. There was this whole kind of thing where you guys weren't able to ride it much in public. There's that secrecy thing. So you guys were pretty much like always up here and only riding these two test tracks. Did that have anything? Like, did you guys feel dialed here before you went to A1 kind of thing? So then you got to A1 and it was a bit of a surprise, or?
Yeah, for sure. I think that was something that you don't realize until you look back. You know, like, man, it's pretty simple to be like, hey, yeah, we should have maybe rode it some other places. But like you said, it's easy to get really comfortable when you do 100 laps here at a test track. Like you said, we weren't able to go anywhere but here until I think it was like December 9th last year. So then by the time you get to Florida, there was some concerns, but you don't really want to change 3 weeks before the race. So we learned a lot, though. It was a struggle for sure, and we had a long ways to go. We're still working away. I think the platform has definitely improved. I'd say we've made big steps since last year at this time. Hopefully it's still some room for improvement, but overall I feel in a much better spot. I feel competitive again, so that's nice.
So there's always that running joke in the off season, who's flying at the test track. So you're saying if you put in 100 laps here, you're probably going to be flying.
I don't know. This is only my second day on this track. I've been staying the hell away from California. So, to be honest, yeah, I mean, it's nice. I came here from Florida, and everything's translated pretty well. So I think that's usually a good sign.
Nice. What for you, if somebody were to ask you, what's your single biggest improvement or place you feel better on compared to this time last year? Or, like I said, this time last year, you guys were comfortable with going to race. I guess compared to the first couple races last year, where do you feel better?
I think, you know, at this level, like at least at my level, I've been successful in the 450 class. I've won championships. You know, I feel like I've always been fit. I've always been racer.
Yep.
So I think right now it's more just getting comfortable.
Yep.
And I think it was pretty evident. I struggled with that last year. So I know it's a rerun of everything I keep saying, but I think we're just in a much better spot on the dirt bike. I'm able to push it to my actual ability, which was nice. You know, it's frustrating as a racer when you're not able to ride to your potential. So I think we're in a good spot there. Like you said, I think just being more open-minded and instead of making things complicated, we're keeping it simple. You know, I've been at Alden's doing the work, riding those tracks. You know, we're here. We haven't touched much. We just feel like we got in a good spot. We've been running with it. Can always improve here and there, but it's nice, I think, when you can kind of have a good base, is what we say, and learn. Once we go racing, I'm sure we'll have to make some adjustments, but that's how it always is.
When you say good base, like if we're talking about whether it's yourself or on the bike, are you the kind of guy that, do you make changes much during the season, or are you the kind of guy that's like, once you get a package, you're not touching anything, or do you like to learn more about the bike and you know what you want to change round to round? Do you move around much when you have the knowledge?
I try not to. In my successful years, I mean, I don't think we would touch anything but a click on race day. You know, 2021, I ran a setting from round 5 all the way to Salt Lake City we would either go one stiffer or one softer. So that's always the goal, and I think that's how it should be. I think everybody that's successful year after year, that's where they get their window or their pace. So I think that's where you want to be, but unfortunately when you go to a race and you're really struggling with a setup, you get lost and you try shit, which I think we learned is never the way, but it's also like, man, we're not going to be competitive with what we have, so we might as well go for it. So I don't know. I definitely can be difficult on the testing side and getting my bike right, but I feel like I know what it takes to win and be comfortable. So I've been pushing the guys hard, but I think it's responded well, and we're in a much better spot.
So I know in some other interviews and shows you've talked a little bit about decision last year not to race during the summer, you know, when you split with Alden coming back, the whole mental burnout side of racing. I think you've covered it a few times, though. If basically, yeah, last year wasn't great, but if you hadn't gone through a lot of what you went through, we may not see you here right now?
For sure. I think the biggest thing this summer was obviously getting healthy, but I think also just a complete reset. I think I truly started to believe in Supercross, that maybe my time was over. And I think this summer just let me get a complete reset. I had my kid, which has been amazing for me, and I know I can go win again. And I think that's everybody's goal, and that's their dream. Not only to say you want to win, but actually be able to do it. And I think taking that time off for me was huge to just reset. That's the big word. And learn what I thought was wrong with the bike and apply it, and us work throughout the summer to make those steps instead of trying to cram it in 2 months. So, in a good spot.
You're still age-wise what most guys consider probably middle of career, but for you, are you of the mentality state if like you don't feel like you're able to win, whether you feel like it's almost like your time is up, are you the kind of guy you would almost walk away, you wouldn't just keep it going just to keep it going?
Nah, I mean, that's the only reason I race now is to win. And if I can't win, there's no need to be out there, in my opinion. And I know everyone's different and sees it differently, but I think once you've had success, you're just addicted. And I've had great success. I've done way better than I could ever imagine as a kid, but there's always more. And I think that's what keeps me coming back. So like you said, I think if I can't be out there fighting for a championship, then that'll be the day you don't see me out there.
Fair enough. Last one, so you mentioned kid, home life, racing off-road a little bit last year, all that summer. But, we see your little the summer tour stuff on IG just straight up look very enjoyable. It's what, this is a grind. What we see you last summer is what most people probably think of when they wish they could race dirt bikes for a living.
No, it was, man. It was really fun. The summer tour was honestly, like I said, what I needed. Made me enjoy dirt bikes again, enjoy going to the track, and just enjoying even the people I'm around. I think it's tough when you're around the same people grinding every day and you get comfortable and stuff. So it definitely makes you sit back and understand how much goes into a race team and racing and training. So it was fun. I dabbled in off-road, was riding night tracks with the buddies, just really enjoying dirt bikes again, and it was great for me. And like you said, having my kid was a real eye-opener, and it's been amazing, and I'm in a really good spot, I feel.
Actually, we do have one last question for you. It's a follow-up on that mentality question earlier about you only want to race if you're capable of winning and battling at the front. So coming into this year, you've signed a 1-year extension for the 2023 season. Does a lot of only signing on for 1 year, does a lot of that have to do with you want to see basically kind of winning in this year? Does any of the only picking 1 year have to do with seeing, do you want to keep doing this? Do you have your headspace right to go win?
The 1 year wasn't my decision.
Okay.
But it's worked out. The timing's worked out great. I think, like you said, it was a big question mark after last year, and I feel like I do definitely have a lot to prove this year, which I like. I like having that pressure to go out and needing to perform. So, like I said, we'll see what happens. But I think in the whole grand scheme of things, it all worked out with the 1 year deal, and we are back to doing the full year, Supercross and motocross. So that's an exciting thing, and then we'll end it with the new 3-race playoff races at the end. So, should be good. And like you said, then we can kind of make a decision where to go from there.
I know, but a lot of people look at you and see how you act in the races. You definitely, not having ball but championships, I guess it seems like you feed really well when you're considered maybe the underdog or behind a little bit. You seem to mentally feed off that really well. Would you agree?
Yeah, I do. And it's tough. Like I said, I feel like besides last year, since I've been on KTM, I've been a contender every year, winning, or I got second the 1 year. So last year was really hard. I'm not going to lie. It was a complete shit year. So it's good, like I said, to be back where I'm at right now. I feel back to that 2019, 2020, 21 mentality. I feel like we're in a good spot. And I think as I'm getting older and wiser, I'm only 27, but just you know what it takes, and within the bike, within yourself, and the level of competition is only getting higher, so you got to be even more and more involved and stepping up your game every year. So I still enjoy that. But like you said, I can definitely be a pain in the ass, but very motivated by when I get told I can't do something.
Yeah. Well, I think more people in life could definitely do with a dose of that mentality.
Appreciate it.
Cool, I'm going.